Hello and welcome to this Prepare for IELTS speaking video. In this video I'm going to look at the Part 1 speaking topic of litter or garbage. Litter is the British word and garbage is the American word. Now this is a current IELTS speaking Part 1 topic, current as of June 2019. If you're watching this video later than that, even if it is not a current Part 1 topic, there is lots of language in this video that will be useful for other Part 1, Part 2 or Part 3 questions. Why do some people throw litter on the street? The only explanation I can give is laziness. They can't be bothered to look for a bin or take their rubbish home with them. Like I said, in the UK we use litter, in America they use garbage. You can use either word, you can use both words to show your lexical range. The only explanation, the only reason, often you're asked questions why, so you can start your answer with. The only explanation I can give is laziness is the noun from lazy. They can't be bothered to. It's a very useful expression I use a lot in daily life. I can't be bothered to. And it's when you don't want to do something. Maybe you haven't got the energy to do it. I can't be bothered to do my homework. I can't be bothered to do the washing. And it's saying I haven't got the energy or enthusiasm to do it. So they can't be bothered. They're too lazy to look for a bin, and a bin is what we have here in the picture, and it's where we put our rubbish. I think in the US they call it a trash can. You can call it a trash can or a bin, a rubbish bin. Rubbish is another word for litter or garbage. What do you do with your litter? Well, first of all, I look for a bin to put it in, but if I can't find one, then I take it home with me. I absolutely cannot throw it on the ground. It is not in my nature. So you put things in a bin, so I look for a bin to put it in. And the verb to describe the action of putting litter on the ground is to throw it, throw litter on the ground. But I'm saying it is not in my nature. If something is not in your nature, it is not something that you would do. How do you feel when you see people throw litter? Oh, this is one of my pet hates. It infuriates me so much when I see the streets littered with rubbish. It really drives me insane. So a very useful little phrase here. This is one of my pet hates, because you're often asked in IELTS, how do you feel about something? What do you think about something? And something you really hate. You can describe it as one of your pet hates. It's the thing that you hate more than any other things. So it might be smoking, it might be people being horrible to children or animals, it might be people biting their nails. It could be anything, but it's the thing that you really dislike, you really hate. So that we call it a pet hate. It infuriates me. This means it annoys you. It's slightly stronger than annoy, but it's quite difficult to say. So if you struggle with pronouncing infuriate, then use annoy. It infuriates me. It annoys me. When I see the streets littered with, to litter is a verb. Litter is also a noun. So we can say the streets littered with rubbish. It really drives me insane. It drives me crazy. These are collocations, that means words that go together. The IELTS examiners love these, and you're more likely to get a higher band score in IELTS speaking and writing if you can use collocations and use them well. To drive me crazy, to drive me insane. Insane is a stronger way of saying crazy. And finally, they may ask you, do you think your city is clean or not? It's far from perfect, but I've seen dirtier places. There are fines in my country, so this keeps it clean to a certain extent, but people still drop litter. So it's far from perfect. So I'm not saying it's perfect, I'm saying it's far from it, but I've seen dirtier places. There are fines. A fine is when you must pay money if you do something, if you break the law. And it keeps it clean to a certain extent. Very useful for IELTS writing as well. To a certain extent means a bit. To a large extent means a lot. So often in IELTS writing, you're asked if you agree or disagree with a statement. And you can say, I agree with this statement to a certain extent, or I agree with this statement to a large extent. But people still drop litter. And this is another collocation. To drop litter means to put rubbish on the ground. And if you look at the sign there, this is a sign from the UK, please take your litter home. Offenders, this means people who do this. So not criminals, but people who drop litter may be prosecuted. And this means charged with an offence and taken to court or ordered to pay a fine.